Hey everyone, it's me Shiva and welcome to my channel Civil Problem Nepal. Today we will discuss about types of supports and reactions in structures and their applications. Supports are the most important things to be considered in structure and their analysis. Introduction. Support in a structure is a member which helps others member to resist loads. Different types of supports, their reactions and applications for structures and their details is discussed. Supports in a structure transfers the load to the ground and provides stability to the structure supported on it. A structural support is a part of a building or structure that provides the necessary stiffness and strength in order to resist the internal forces, vertical forces of gravity and lateral forces due to wind and earthquakes, and guide them safely to the ground. External loads, actions of other bodies, that act on buildings cause internal forces and couples by the rest of the structure, in building support structures. Supports can be either at the end or at any intermediate point along a structural member or a constituent part of a building, and they are referred to as connections, joints or restraints. Building support structures, no matter what materials are used, have to give accurate and safe results. A structure depends less on the weight and stiffness of a material and more on its geometry for stability. Whatever the condition is, a specific rigidity is necessary for connection designs. The support connection type has effects on the load-bearing capacity of each element which makes up a structural system. Each support condition influences the behavior of the elements, and therefore the system structures can be either horizontal span support systems. Types of supports and reactions in structures and their applications. The types of supports can be mainly classified into two types. First one is external supports, and second one is internal support. Fixed support and reactions and applications in a structure. Fixed supports are also called as rigid supports. Fixed supports are restrained against both rotation and translation, so they can resist any type of force or moment. In structural analysis, there are three unknowns to find for fixed support which can satisfy all the three equations of equilibrium. To provide good stability to the structure, at least one rigid support should be provided. Beam fixed in wall is a good example for fixed support. Fixed supports maintain the angular relationship between the joined elements and provide both force and moment resistance. It exerts forces acting in any direction and prevents all translational movements, horizontal and vertical, as well as all rotational movements of a member. These supports' reaction forces are horizontal and vertical components of a linear resultant, a moment. 5. It is a rigid type of support or connection. The application of the fixed support is beneficial when we can only use single support, and people most widely used this type as the only support for a cantilever. 7. They are common in beam-to-column connections of moment-resisting steel frames and beam, column and slab connections in concrete frames. Pinned support and reactions in a structure. Pinned support or hinged support can resist both vertical and horizontal forces, but they cannot resist moment. It means hinged support is restrained against translation. Using equations of equilibrium, one can find out the components of horizontal and vertical forces. Best example for hinged support is door leaf, which only rotates about its vertical axis without any horizontal or vertical movement. The rotation of pinned support or hinged support is allowed in only one direction and is resisted in other direction. Hinged supports are also used in three hinged arched bridges with two supports at ends, and third hinge is provided at the center of the arch, which is called as internal hinge. Figure below shows hinged support of Sydney Harbour Bridge. Roller support and reactions and applications in a structure. Roller supports only resists perpendicular forces and they cannot resist parallel or horizontal forces and moment. It means, the roller support will move freely along the surface without resisting horizontal force. This type of support is provided at one end of bridge spans. The reason for providing roller support at one end is to allow contraction or expansion of bridge deck with respect to temperature differences in atmosphere. If roller support is not provided, then it will cause severe damage to the banks of bridge. But this horizontal force should be resisted by at least one support to provide stability, so roller support should be provided at one end only, not at both ends. This much for today's video. We will be discussing more on different important topics of civil engineering in another video. Stay connected. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get notification of upcoming videos, and do not forget to like, comment and share my video. Thank you. Jai Nepal, stay safe.